Hello and welcome back to We're Talking Tea. Tonight we'll be getting into the Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 17, Episode 15. And our drink of the night, we have a Malibu Sunset. It is Malibu rum with pineapple juice and cranberry juice, and it's delicious. So let's get into it. The ladies, Shamir and Kelly, arrive at the house while the other ladies decided to go to the club to turn up for Phaedra's birthday. So they were out having a good time. K. Michelle grabbed the mic and she was singing. She serenaded Phaedra with her song "Very Special." Then she asked she had Drew to come and sing her song, and then all of a sudden Shamir and Kelly walk in the door, and Shamir goes straight to the mic because K. Michelle tells Shamir to come sing her song. Now, Portia is already here. Why wouldn't you tell Portia to come sing her song? But she let Shamir go first. And then she all of a sudden is looking for Portia. And Portia is gone along with all the other ladies. So Shamir, on the other hand, was talking to Kelly, and she was just sharing, like, I really thought that our friendship would get back to where it was, but I guess now is no coming back to it. Portia shared with her sister that I think the gloves went off last night, and certain things that Shamia said I just can't come back from, and it was all lies. It wasn't the truth, and that's just where we are. I feel like we had Shamia was there. I feel like Drew left to go check on Portia. And she had every right to go and check on her because she wasn't there anymore. Once K. Michelle started calling her name, everybody was looking for her. And once she was gone, but Shamia, you shouldn't be in your feelings that they left with Portia. You don't fool with none of them. You talk negative about every last one of them because you feel like they're not having your back. So you speak ill on their name. That's not okay. So of course they're gonna go check on the person that ride for them, Portia. So that's how that happened. So the next day, the ladies split up after the whole situation. The ladies split up, and Phaedra took some ladies to the cemetery, and then other ladies stayed back to go to the spa, or so they thought they were going to the spa, because Portia took them on a little tour, and it was just a jacuzzi. And they touched it with their hand, and then they went on back, walked through the woods and everything for nothing. So they went back to the room. She kind of showed them where they were going to be having Phaedra's birthday dinner at, and it was the J.K. Rowling's from Harry Potter. They took them on a tour to that cemetery, and while they were in the car, Phaedra was just saying that Shamia is starting all this stuff. You picked a fight with Angela. You said something about Angela. Then you said something. I want to say she said something about Drew. So you're just keeping up all this stuff. All this stuff is stemming from you. So I just need her to just kind of check herself. But it all gonna come to a head. I could clearly tell. Then we had Drew thanked K. Michelle for shouting her out at the restaurant. At the nightclub the night before, and Shamia was saying Pinky and K. Michelle, all these K's. Pinky and K. Michelle was saying that Shamia has changed. They've noticed a different side of her, and she was saying when they were at the airport and they were supposed to be coming to go to Scotland, she said, I'm ready for whatever. Like, she just had a certain kind of energy. And Drew was like, what's the energy for? Excuse me, but she's really she's already defensive before even coming on the trip. So that just lets you know that her energy was already off. Then I feel like Portia thought that the friendship would come back with all the girls kind of coming around them and kind of showing support, thinking that they would kind of get their friendship back on and popping. But Portia's like, now it's like it's not happening. But she said she went into this thinking that the friendship could be reconciled. but clearly she know that it's not. Kelly and Shamir on the car ride talked about how the ladies have all believed all of Portia lies. Well, that's totally up to each individual person to say if they feeding into her lies or not. But I don't see where they're feeding into Portia's lies. I don't feel like Portia's lying about anything. So then we had in the cars, Phaedra was Phaedra was in the car, and she said she only had 2 boyfriends in 7 years after Apollo. Because Shamir asked how was it moving on after Apollo, and she said she only had 2 boyfriends, and Cynthia said, "I call bullshit," as she called. So that was funny because we don't know. Publicly, I've only seen 1. But you know, it is what it is. So the ladies were dressed for the dinner. Then the ladies was escorted into the room with the man with the bang pipes. And then Portia presented Phaedra with an award, Highland title award called Lady of the Glen. So that was pretty cool for her to end up getting. It was nice for her to see. But all the, like, who that was, Shamir was like, I don't even think you can Google that and find out what it is. If I Google her name, will it show she's the Lady of the Glen? Why are you hating? Because nobody came to you and presented you with a proclamation? Go sit down somewhere. Anyway. As they were at the dinner table, the ladies was talking about their trip at the cemetery, and K. Michelle was talking about how she didn't think she was going to make it because of all the silicone stuff. That's just her talk. She just likes to talk about all the silicone in her body. And people going in cahoots against her, plotting against her. That's been her storyline all season. I'm not saying that something's wrong with that. That's your storyline, and I'm going to need you to just kind of add some more stuff to your repertoire. Drew was talking about not visiting her dad. It's been 2 years and she haven't visited the gravesite. Drew left the table. Angela left the table, but Angela came right back. Portia ran behind Drew just to make sure she was okay. Once Portia left the table, Shamia started talking about the events the night before. Now, we all been at the table talking about the gravesite. Why all of a sudden you want to start talking about Portia in the night before and how you had to apologize, and all of a sudden everybody like, stop apologizing. Everybody know that's all you do is apologize. And like, what's her name? Kelly said, stand 10 toes down on what you say. Stand 10 toes down on what you say. If you said it, say it with your chest. Leave it at that. But when you get around the ladies, I want to apologize, because you still want to be able to straddle the fence. You want to be their friends, but then you want to talk about how they're not being your friend. Let's make it make sense. But anywho, so that's pretty much how it because Pinky called the professional apologizer. But anywho, that's how that the episode went. It ended with them all singing happy birthday to Phaedra, and then them dancing. Looked like they was doing like a bus stop or something after. And they seemed like they was trying to have a good time. They came in for a group hug. But seemed like the next episode is gonna be some kind of Halloween party, and we're gonna still hear the gloves unfold with the friendship. So until next time that we talk tea, y'all have a good night. Bye.